Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we are returning to episode number 3 of our look at Strategic Command American Civil War. The scenario we're playing is Imperial Sunrise, which is the Russo-Japanese War DLC for this game, which is free for anybody who owns the base game. There are 2 free DLCs, one for the Franco-Prussian War, one for the Russo-Japanese War, and then there's a paid DLC if you want to get Wars in America, which have a whole bunch of additional conflicts that took place in the Americas. This is episode number 3, as I already said, of this series. We are playing as the Japanese in this campaign, and so far the war is going very well. We've wiped out the Russian fleet at Port Arthur. We have successfully isolated Port Arthur itself, which is the main geographic objective for the Japanese. We've taken Korea, driven into Manchuria, taken Mukden, which is where the historical decisive battle of the campaign was fought, and we are going to hopefully finish reducing the Russian army and push north toward Harbin. There's still a lot of Russian troops. There's still the Baltic Sea fleet to come, so there's a lot of stuff that we got to handle in this episode. This was taken from a live stream from my Twitch channel, so if you're interested, there's links in the description there. But without further ado, let's just jump right back into this thing and pick up where we left off. Attack northeast with these corps here, weaken this, or with these divisions here, weaken this corps. Nearly destroyed it, jeez. Oh yes, let's get him. Got him. Another Russian corps destroyed. 2 Russian corps destroyed northeast of Mukden. Oh no, I raced too far. And that division will be dead next turn. In any event, though, we just destroyed another two Russian corps. Hopefully they don't have anything up here. What's the supply situation look like for our boys? Pretty decent. Bring this headquarter unit up. Force marching these troops also. Yeah, just the 1 shell. I'll take the 1 to 6 though. At this point, my goal is largely to twit the Russians down to nothing. This attacking this division up, or this brigade up here, doesn't actually get me closer to taking Port Arthur because they're not where they need to be for me to use them. Although I can use them against this brigade now. I can bring like 4 divisions all to bear. I've got a headquarters, an artillery piece, and 2 brigades. Well, we know what we're going to do with the Japanese high seas fleet next turn. I don't think the Russians are about to arrive, so let's get some naval gunnery going here. Get some experience for some of these ships before the Russians show up. I assume this is a low likelihood of being damaged by the Russians unless we're stupid enough to run into our own mines, which is certainly plausible. But I don't think although I guess the enemy forts could shoot at us and do some damage. So that's maybe something to be mindful of. Okay, from here, we should have 10. Nice, so now we'll finally have really good supply for the besiegers while we work on trying to isolate Luoyang, or Liaoyang, and then New Chuang. All right. Let's see what, it's no longer October 4th, by the way, so the High Seas Fleet, I believe, leaves Europe now. The one coming around the world. Yep, Hugo, the Baltic Fleet. JD Knight, thank you for the resub. Appreciate the support. I know it's been a while since I've been live, but I do appreciate the continued support from you and all of the others. We lost a division. Baltic Fleet, renamed the 2nd Pacific Squadron, departs for the Far East. Lol-de-lol-lol-lol. Baltic Fleet fires on British fishing trawlers in the North Sea. Oops. Alright. Their fighting spirit's not in great shape, but I don't think we'll totally break them until their fleet arrives. Alright, let's use our artillery against this unit that's in a salient. because then I can bring... So basically the goal is here, use these 4 divisions to isolate this one. Once we destroy this one, then we'll work down the line. Then we can use 2 divisions to isolate this, or go for the headquarter and then use 3 to isolate it. And then just hopefully slowly wear down the fort. Alright, so we hit these guys with artillery first. They've got 5 entrenchments, jeez. They're well dug in. So it may take more than one turn. I had hoped we would just eliminate them this turn, but with all that fortifications, their defenses are going to be pretty effective. And they are. Each attack does reduce the fortifications by 1, so we did weaken them considerably, but we took casualties in the process. Okay. Let's go for this brigade at Liaoyang. Should be able to take this national or fighting spirit objective, whatever they want to call it. Got it. All right, let's also shift our artillery east, or our cavalry east, where I think they're going to be more useful. Okay, these guys are kind of guarding the flank of Port Arthur, the expedition there. Okay, so another Russian unit destroyed here, another FS objective taken. Their fighting spirit should continue to drop. Meanwhile, ours is pretty solid. Let's get these siege guns. Moving. Let's move into New Chang, because my goal, I'm hoping that it'll be quicker to get them unloaded here toward Port Arthur than it will be to move them up from Huanyang. That may be wishful thinking, but we'll see. Oh, you know what I should have done? Which I didn't. So actually the enemy... Oh, I'm not going to do that. I didn't realize my... Oh, gross. I didn't even hurt their entrenchments. Those are heavy naval casualties for no purpose. Never mind. Also, I think they lose supply if I do put ships adjacent to Port Arthur, so could have been doing that with lighter ships a while ago. So we are not going to take a bunch of battleship casualties here to no purpose. I thought it would be an easy bombardment, but I guess not. Okay, get them into Pusan. You know what? Screw the cruiser at Vladivostok. The Russian fleet's on the way. Let's be prepared to meet them. The cruiser wants to come out and play. We can gladly meet it, but in the meantime... Okay, so... There we go. Did I move my... I did. Alright, let's end the turn. The fall of Lyon reduces Russian fighting spirit further. Good. Russian units reinforce. That'll just make them more weak. Or weaker. The Tsar's Imperial Guard fires on demonstrators outside the Winter Palace. Russia is ripe for revolution. All right, Russia's fighting spirit is down to 47%. I'm confused why I didn't detect them. In any event, let's destroy that Russian headquarters. Got him. Units fight much less efficiently without headquarters units, so that's a pretty big victory for us to do that damage to them. They're also encircled in New Chang, so I don't know if that'll impact their supply. It should. We shall see. Russian cavalry division, maybe that's what took the... No, because there was another corps up that way too, we know that. Remember, I gotta take New Chang to get that port opened for my artillery to come in. I don't quite want to unload it here. Alright, with one division removed, I'm hoping we can still wipe out this enemy unit. Because they lost a considerable amount of strength, their efficiency and their morale is lower, and so we did it. We succeeded. Okay, so we now have the enemy isolated here. We can only bring 2 divisions to bear, although I suppose we could shuffle units around. We have our second siege artillery battery may end up being useless. Casa took the damage. Admiral Togo's flagship. No! Arthur should fall soon. Okay. Ugh. I knew moving there would hurt us, but I decided it was worth the damage to uncover what was there. It's the first corps. And we'll move into mid-November. Fall of New Chang reduces Russian fighting spirit. So their fighting spirit's taking a beating. They got one surrounded corps with no point of supply, I don't think. It's the muddy season. Yep, they're suffering attrition damage now. Which means they should be very easy to destroy. They should have probably no supply. Yep. There we go. Another Russian corps destroyed. What are we supposed to do now? Now that we've taken all our objectives, do we just defend at Mukden, or I guess maybe move up here toward this FS? Looks like they got more corps coming down that way. Three to 7, hell yeah. Part of the problem is now their readiness and morale are very low because they keep losing. Nobody likes to lose. Oh, Russian artillery. I wondered where their artillery went. They haven't even used it yet, really. So there's this narrow little strip here, but these guys should probably have no supply unless they're drawing it in from China somehow. But this is this narrow little strip we want to probably finish off. Let's see if we can finish off these troops. We're pretty dug in, so they won't fall this turn. But we'll at least get rid of some of their entrenchment. So they're down to 2 entrenchments, and I'm assuming my siege guns will finish that off next turn. I don't think my naval units there do anything. They don't. They have a fort, and yeah. Okay, we do have points we can buy stuff with, so let's go ahead and replace the 4th Division, which was lost. And then buy some new stuff. I don't know when they'll arrive. Not till next year. So, still a little ways out. Repair the damaged ships. And at this point, it's basically just waiting for the arrival of the Russian fleet. And then mopping up our operations on the continent. I think. We'll see. I'm not sure how many troops to expect coming down from Russia, but there are corps here massing. Okay. Field guns don't seem to do much. Also, I'm perfectly content with them wasting their ammo there. A wave of strikes begins to spread through Russia in response to Bloody Sunday. Yeah, Russia, tear yourself apart. Can you invade Sakhalin Island? It does say it's an FS, so I think we can. Let's stabilize our position here first, though. There you go. All right, so we destroyed that Russian artillery piece. All right. Setting up a defensive line here against these Russian corps. There's at least 3 corps here. 4, really. Alright, let's do we want to reinforce first, or do we want to see if we can destroy this infantry division first? Oh, we just didn't get him. Just missed. So close. Alright, so we'll have 2 siege batteries ready to pound the enemy front next turn. We need to reinforce these 3 divisions attacking Arthur, but not quite yet. Looks like Vladivostok might freeze over soon, too. Alright, so there are no entrenchments left. Let's move forward one more turn. I didn't spend any of my money. Whoops. I can't do anything with ships either. That's the other thing. Oh no, they're attacking my infantry brigade with a corps of infantry. Or my cavalry brigade with a corps of infantry. And now a division of cavalry versus my brigade of cavalry. Oh boy. Russian cavalry's in my flank. Alright, so Vladivostok, I think, is frozen over. It looks like, oh wow, so our torpedo boats up in the north here are frozen into port too. That's cool. Like, not good, but cool that can happen. Alright, so let's pound the crap out of these guys with our siege guns. Can we please finish off this bastard brigade? Cool. Freezing even. Ha ha ha. Clever. Clever. All right, so... All right, they're flanking me. Let's see if we can drive that division back. Maybe destroy it even. No, I'm gonna get out of there. Okay. So the assault on Arthur will begin in a couple of turns. My supply situation for my divisions up front here is pretty solid. Oops, undo that. I just don't want my corps there too exposed. All right, so we have good supply situations here up front. We've reinforced these divisions on the left, with the Russian reinforcements coming down on top of us. And with a minimal force is what we're dealing with to try and reduce Arthur. Balloons, those sound interesting. Let's buy one. Observation balloons. It's 1905. The Baltic Fleet reaches Nossi, Madagascar. All right, so they're getting close, boys. They're getting close. Well, not really that close yet. They're still a ways away. Madagascar's a ways away. But they're on the other end of the African continent. So we've got some fighting going on here east of Mukden. Gunfire. New division arriving in Japan. All right, let's reinforce our boys. And these guys are entrenched, right? Level 7, so we'll hit them with siege guns. So that reduced their entrenchments. It's 2, so each siege artillery shot apparently reduces entrenchments by 2, whereas a field gun does it by 1. Alright, so we've taken that whole strip there. Nice, drove that corps back. Ah. Well, that wasn't too bad, really, compared to what it could have been. We're going to chain these headquarters here, supply at Mukden, then also leaving forward to Teeling, which will give us very good supply up front. We should be able to destroy the headquarters next turn and then begin the investment of Port Arthur in February. We're driving on the final, I believe it's the final fighting spirit objective in on the continent. Changchun. Well, that and Arthur. But they're also bringing in considerable reserves, so got to keep chewing them up. Got to hit them as they come up before they can all get online. Okay. That'll be Yule's Corps. Gotta hit him before, gotta force him to whatever. Gettysburg quote. All right. Actually, no, Vladivostok. There's multiple other FS objectives. I don't know why I was saying that. All right, siege guns, do your work. I'm assuming their entrenchment value should be down to 0 now. Yep. There you go. An initial attack hits him with 5. Got him. Okay. So I don't know if I can hit him from here or not. I guess we'll see. I'll move 1 siege gun forward. But Port Arthur is next. Meanwhile, the enemy fleet should be arriving any day now. I can't bring reinforcements anywhere. Everything's iced in. I guess we'll wait. Be tempting to go for like an amphibious landing on Sakhalin or something. Have anybody played Ultimate General, Civil War, or Grand Tactician? Yes, it's huge. I've played a lot of it on this channel. Okay, we got some cavalry fighting going on. We got a snowstorm coming. That'll make things interesting. Which do I prefer? Ultimate General is more polished. Grand Tactician has a strategic layer that Ultimate General does not even have. I think I would say Grand Tactician, but you need to understand that going into Grand Tactician, it is a little bit janky at times. If really all you want to do is fight tactical battles, I guess I would say probably Ultimate General, but if you want a game that has a deeper strategic layer that is very interesting and I think pretty well done, then I think Grand Tactician would be your can of soup. Is that a phrase? Can of soup? So it really depends what you're looking for. Well, we keep driving these enemy corps back, but we can't seem to finish them off. In any event, their little cavalry incursion there failed. Can't hit Port Arthur's forts from there. Nice. The siege guns reduced it. Assault. Port Arthur is ours. That was easier than I thought it was going to be. Can I do rail transports? No. Maybe now that we took it. Rail move. Yes. Move the headquarters up. We got trains. Okay, so Port Arthur is ours. So everything important is ours. I mean, we could go for Harbin. Do we need Harbin for a decisive victory? I thought we didn't. Japanese major. Oh, we do need Harbin. Okay. We're not done yet. I guess we do have to drive that way. All right, all right. We can do it. I'll get my headquarters in position. We'll reallocate those troops. Where did we put that newly raised division? Did we not even transport them anywhere yet? I'm confused. Where did we put them? Oh, here they are. Okay. I wish we could raise more than a brigade. I wish we could raise a division of cavalry. When do my the balloons come in and probably next turn? The garrison of Port Arthur surrenders to Japan. Hooray! Russian fighting spirit falls further. Man, their ships are going to show up demoralized, and they won't know why. Maybe they'll hear through the newspapers along the coast as they show up. Those bastards are flanking us. Alright, so the Duma's been created. The Russian Revolution is underway. Do balloons have to be transported via sea? Alright, let's hit this unit with artillery. See if we can break through. Those pre-planned attacks are goddamn effective compared to what comes after. Ah! Can I just destroy a Russian corps? There we go. Alright, how many ground units do they have? They only have 16, so I've got considerably more than them, I guess. Bring our siege guns forward to help break through the enemy front line. Move our ground troops forward as well, more quickly to the front. Okay. All right. I think that's it for this turn. Yep. All right. Into March of 1905. Crew of the Russian battleship Potapkin mutiny against their officers. Hell yeah. Rise up. Rise up. All right. Headquarters unit in the middle of nowhere. Not sure why. One to 8. I will take that. For sure. Hey, they didn't attack me. Thank goodness. So we shattered an enemy corps. Wow. Once we broke through that defensive line, things changed around real fast. These guys... Is it the morale? What's going on? Is it the weather turning in our favor? I mean, I guess their fighting spirit's down to 19%, so... Not good news for them there. Another corps might be destroyed here. Got it. Okay. Let's move our headquarters forward a little bit. Try and keep the supply moving, and we'll move toward Harbin. I wonder if their fighting spirit gets too low if you just automatically get a decisive victory or something. Because at this rate, they're not gonna... I'm gonna leave one unit in Port Arthur. Just in case. Maybe not actually. Where are these guys? Is there an enemy unit here threatening my flank? There might be. Also, it looks like they're advancing on Chojin. I don't know with what, and I'm dug in here, but keep in mind. Let's do this. Right, that port is still closed due to bad weather. Let's move forward up to here. Okay. All right, next turn. I think Grand Tactician would be even better if they had a bigger team. I think part of the thing that handicaps Grand Tactician is it's like 5 guys trying to make a game that is more ambitious than some of the things that companies 10 times their size try to accomplish. But I think if they did have more resources, they would fare better. I still think it's a really good game. Okay. All right, shattered that brigade. I'm assuming the enemy has a considerable force at Changchun, or however you pronounce that. That's why I'm kind of sidestepping and going for some of their cavalry over here. There's their core. And there's the damage they did to me, although we actually did quite a bit of damage to them too, so maybe we should have just gone for them right off the bat. Our units are getting really bloodied up here, though. We took the objective. So we're driving on Harbin. Road trip. All right, so the supply situation should be very good next turn. It is. Because we're chaining these units all along the railways to expand our supply depots out. The main concern is this pincer they're throwing in. They've almost cut us off from Korea. In theory, Port Arthur being a port should make up for a lot of that. Let's bring this division ashore. Hey, Army Vet, how you doing? It's going? Well, it's better than not going, I guess. I think. I'll put it that way. All right. So our troops are pretty battered on the front line here, but we're going to keep pushing while we've got the momentum. They're down to 12 units. So let's see if they keep... I'm assuming that maybe that's cavalry down there. I don't know. But in any event, we took another fighting spirit objective. We're driving on Harbin. The Baltic Fleet anchors in Camaron Bay, Indochina. Anti-Tsarist uprisings continue as Russian fighting spirit collapses. Prime Minister, after sailing halfway around the world, the Russian Baltic Fleet has now reached Indochina and can be expected to arrive in the East China Sea within a matter of weeks. The strength of this new force is considerable and threatens to undo all our recent gains if not defeated promptly. I therefore advise you to position the strength of the combined fleet in preparation for their arrival. Well, the fleet's positioned, sir. It's ready. We're just sitting in port, just waiting. Our readiness and morale are off the charts. Morale 125, readiness 113. We're sitting in high port, high readiness hexes. We're ready for war, boys. We'll give them something good. Some of our torpedo boats are stationed a little bit too far north, perhaps. I suppose we can bring them down. It'll be a readiness penalty to force march them, but they should be arriving in the next 2 turns, so we should have some time. Okay. All right, we spotted the enemy core. Which we're advancing on and attacking promptly. Okay, so that threat should be destroyed here momentarily. I think that's a tricky question. I don't know. I feel like Ultimate Admiral Dreadnought is a lot of missed opportunity. I think it is possible to have fun with the game. I wouldn't say it's a terrible game. But it really comes down to I don't even know. They are still doing updates. You're right, Hauser. I didn't say it's abandoned. I just have a hard time recommending it. It's one of those things where it's like, it could be good eventually, but I think a lot of people see the writing on the wall for support ending soon too, so I don't know. I've played the series. I've played my series on it a bit. I don't know if you've watched videos either from me or anyone else on it. I think there's probably more negativity around the game than the game deserves, but I still don't know if I can recommend it in its current state. It's kind of halfway there. That's how it feels to me. All right, so I think we're ready in the turn. Yep. Okay, they're going to reinforce those units here, and the ones that have kind of been isolated and pushed past. Whoa, it's halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer. Take my hand, we probably won't make it, I swear. All right. Come on, boys, finish that core off. Got him. All right, so one core destroyed. And I still have those troops coming up from the south. I completely forgot about them last turn. Running into an enemy core. I don't have enough I don't have enough cavalry for what I'm trying to do. Wow, this is a considerable force east of Laffa. So they'll have a brigade in Harbin. That should be an easy take. Looks like the bulk of the force that they might have left here is near Laffa. So there's 3 units there still. They've got 11. There's one more up here, so that's 4. So that leaves them 7. We know there's 1 here, so that leaves them 6. We know there's at least 1 in Vladivostok, probably 2, so that probably leaves them 4. So, I mean, that's the bulk of their ground units that are left. Okay, I need to push some supplies east. Alright, we're getting a little bit overstretched here, but in any event, I think that does it for this turn, right? We do have the 1 cavalry unit that there's no real point in putting him on the continent. I don't think they're going to get there in time to do anything. Wish my balloons moved more than 1 hex a turn. Alright, the enemy fleet should be showing up any minute. Alright, they've got at least 3 units there. A brigade near Vladivostok, a balloon. They have a balloon near Lava. Okay. Oops, I didn't actually mean to move that way, but okay. Alright, what's the supply situation look like next turn? Adequate, I think. Alright, let's destroy this concentration here. The brigade first. Wow, this is like all the remaining ground forces here. Okay. Where's the Navy? Where have they not shown up yet? Do we need to send patrol boats out this way to see where they're at? Baltic Fleet will arrive here in May. Maybe we should send patrol boats out just to make sure they don't sneak by us. The sneaky sneakers. Like, do they arrive directly on that hex? Or just somewhere in the East China Sea? I guess they can't really get through the Tsushima Straits right now. But it is May, so that means they must arrive next turn. Ah! Okay. Balloons. Go. End turn. Let's fight a naval battle, shall we? The Baltic Fleet arrives in the East China Sea. Right on top of my torpedo boats. Well, they're gonna die. Rip. God. We're gonna lose multiple torpedo boats here. How many are arriving? Ah! Giving the Russians an early triumph, sinking a couple of our... And my cruiser, no! Oh, wow. That cruiser did work. That battleship, yowzers. Quick, press the Tsushima button. Okay. Meanwhile, heavy fighting still ongoing to the east of Changchun. Another corps just arrived at Hulan. They're rushing it. Ha 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 ha. I see what you did there. They got to 14 ground units, so they're still getting reinforcements. Harbin's gonna be in ruin. Alright. So they have no entrenchments and basically no readiness or morale. They're a goner. Harbin is ours for a major victory. I don't want him to run away like that. They're supposed to stay and fight and die. Okay. Can I move these guys down here to make a difference? Not really. Help these guys out a little bit. Okay, so there's an enemy cruiser here. They've got one scout cruiser up here all by itself. I'm really proud of the fact that we nearly sank the Oral with our cruiser here. Got him. One battleship down. Even if I had to sacrifice 2 torpedo boats and a light cruiser to do it. Ah! All right, all right. Do I want to sacrifice a battleship's elite experience against a cruiser? Probably not. All right, we got that cruiser. Plus, the fun thing is I can actually pull some of these ships into port. Like, we can repair this guy next turn. All right, there's another enemy battleship here, so let's go get it. Just probably want to make sure there's no... Oh, and there's another enemy ship here. It's okay. You're doing your job, torpedo boats. You're telling me where the bad guys are. All right. Okay, let's have this battleship engage. Five, 7. Favor. 4. Got him. Second Russian battleship sunk. That one sunk by the Mikasa. So we'll pull our own battleships back into port so they can repair mid-battle. Alright, let's get this. Can these guys shoot? Or they already did. Alright, another battleship. What is this one over here? The Alexander III. Finish that guy off. He's sunk. Okay, you're actually Tsushima-ing them. Well done. Goddamn right we are. Cruiser gone. Boom. It was at this point that the Russian fleet knew they fucked up. All right. And 8 days later, that's one of the problems. Timescales all effed up in naval games like this. All right, we'll wait in the strait for the rest of the Russians to show up. Let's see if we can get any of these torpedo boats a little bit out of the way so they don't all die. So how many more ships do they have? They only have 6 more ships. Well, this might be it. These 2 ships might be all that's left of the fleet. Also, their morale is at 0, so they may just capitulate, especially now that we have Harbin. Fall of Harbin reduces fighting spirit. It's negative now. Major victory! We didn't even get to finish mopping up the floor with the fleet. What was left? Yeah, it was just these 2 ships. Oh no, they had a cruiser down here, 2 more torpedo boats, and then the battleship Borodino and Admiral Namov. Is that it? They had one more cruiser up near Vladivostok, didn't they? Yeah, there it is. All right. Sakhalin would have been completely undefended. We could have dropped troops there. That would have been cool. I feel like this scenario might be a lot more difficult to play as Russia. That'd be interesting to try. You have a lot more manpower, obviously, but you gotta, I assume, be much more intelligent with how you play, given your troops are not quite as, I don't know, robust, as effective, despite being larger units. But with that being said, guys, that is going to wrap it up for our look at Strategic Command American Civil War, Imperial Sunrise. I hope you guys did enjoy this little campaign looking at the Russo-Japanese War. We were successful and victorious. Let me know if you want to see a playthrough from the Russian perspective. I thought it was interesting. The game's not a great model of naval combat, but it's an interesting operational game, and I enjoy it. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below. Until next time, however, this is the Historical Gamer saying once again, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I'm out.